Hey everyone, welcome back to another Explainer. Today, we are stepping right onto a battlefield. But, it's not a battlefield you can actually see with the naked eye. We're talking about an epic, microscopic war happening right inside our own bodies, pretty much every single day. We're going to look at the totally fascinating biological mechanics of Dustin Sneeze, the Fortress Defense. And honestly, it's going to completely change the way you view a simple, everyday bodily function.
Okay, let's dive into this. Picture this highly relatable scenario, right? You've just found an old book on a shelf, or maybe you're picking up some ancient forgotten relic up in your attic, and you blow that thick layer of dust right off it. Well, what usually happens next? That airborne dust immediately catches the air currents and blows right back into your face. But have you ever stopped to think about what actually happens inside you the very second that dust cloud makes contact? Section 1, the dust connection. So what follows that cloud of dust hitting your face isn't just some random quirk of human biology. No way. It is a highly coordinated, direct biological response to the invasion of those airborne particles. Your body instantly recognizes a threat, and boom, sounds the alarm. The sequence is super clear. Airborne dust blows back, and for those with allergies, a sneezing fit rapidly begins. Actually, if you suffer from allergies yourself, this continuous sneezing fit makes it incredibly and sometimes painfully clear that dust is the true culprit here. There is just this direct, undeniable connection between the dust entering your airway and the rapid-fire biological response that follows.
Section 2. The Watchful Soldier.
To really wrap our heads around why a sneeze happens, we have to look at the big picture of the human body's incredibly strong defense mechanism against foreign materials. We are, quite literally, built to survive and repel invaders. Our source actually puts it perfectly, stating that you can very well relate our body to a watchful soldier who is always on the lookout for intruders, and as soon as one tries to peep in, it quickly acts and sends them out. So visualize your outer body as that first line of defense, a highly trained guard standing watch over a fortress, dedicated to keeping out disease-causing germs. And this biological fortress is heavily armed from top to bottom. Like we said, our outer body acts as that crucial first-line barrier against germs. It protects us against harmful microbes that, if they actually manage to get inside, might cause diseases. But here's the thing, the defenses absolutely do not stop at the skin. The source notes that every single organ in our body, literally from our eyes all the way down to our stomach, is equipped with both physical and chemical barriers. I mean, we're locked down tight. Section 3. The mucus trap. Now, what's really interesting about this part of the process is that the absolute MVP of this whole operation is your nose. It acts as our primary filtration system. Its most important job is cleaning the air we breathe to make sure it is totally free from dirt and bacteria before it ever hits our lungs. It's a fascinating and, maybe slightly gross, 3-step process. Step 1, your nose traps the airborne dirt and bacteria in mucus. Step 2, this mucus actually travels down and enters our stomach. And step 3, the stomach digests the mucus and neutralizes those potentially harmful invaders. Just think about that for a second. What you should really take away from this is that your stomach acts as a powerful biological acid pit designed to completely obliterate the swallowed invaders that your nose trapped. It's just a perfectly designed trapdoor system. Section 4. The anatomy of a sneeze. Right, so what happens when our primary defenses, the mucus traps, the watchmen at the gates, what happens when they're totally overwhelmed by extreme dirt and debris in the air? What exactly is the body's emergency backup plan? Well, enter sternutation. That is the fancy medical term for sneezing. Our source defines it as a powerful, involuntary expulsion of air from within that happens suddenly and completely without warning. When those watchmen at the gates are completely overwhelmed, sternutation is the body's ultimate catapult mechanism to aggressively clear out the enemy. Let's look at how this sequence unfolds in real time. Boom, extreme dirt enters. When massive amounts of dirt and debris just bypass our initial traps, mostly because there's just way too much of it to catch, they rush straight into the nasal cavity. Instantly, the membranes get irritated. These extreme intruders start rubbing up against the incredibly sensitive mucous membranes inside our nose and throat. The fortress walls are actively being breached, the chemical barriers are registering the massive threat, and the biological alarm bells are ringing louder and louder. Achoo! That right there is the climax of the body's defense. The body responds to that severe irritation by suddenly, and again, completely involuntarily, expelling a massive gust of air to blast the foreign debris right back out where it came from. You literally blow the invaders away. So, Sneezing is simply a completely natural, built-in way to remove irritants from your system. That sudden, powerful expulsion successfully clears the nose and throat of debris. And, of course, the source leaves us with some highly practical advice here. If you are allergic and find yourself trapped in continuous sneezing fits when exposed to these elements, the absolute best thing you can do is just try to avoid dirt and dust environments altogether. I mean, help your watchful soldiers out by not walking right into a dusty ambush. So this leaves us with a final thought to ponder as we wrap up this explainer. Next time you sneeze, will you curse the dust or will you thank your watchful soldiers? Really think about that. What we usually treat as just a mild everyday annoyance is actually this awe-inspiring display of our own microscopic defenders fighting relentlessly to keep us safe. I really hope this gave you a newfound appreciation for the incredible fortress that is the human body. Stay curious, keep learning, and we'll catch you in the next one.